Hello, welcome. My name's Mickey and I've been a working artist all of my life, and now I help other artists promote and monetize their art. So today I'm about to show you a free resource that you can use to be quoted in articles and to get links back to your website in those articles. And this is really great for two reasons, right? When you are quoted in an article online, that makes you look like the expert that you totally are, that you deserve to be recognized as. And the second one is that backlinks are super important. Having a link from a reputable website linking to your website is a really important part of your search engine optimization strategy. Look, I could make a whole video just about this, but the too long didn't read is that the more reputable websites that link back to your website, the better. So let's get started. So today we're going to talk about HARO Requests. And what a HARO Request is it's a help a reporter out request. So this is helpareporter.com. And here you can see HARO, right? HARO provides journalists with a robust database of sources for upcoming stories and daily opportunities for sources to secure valuable media coverage. So this can go two ways, right? Maybe you are a journalist or a reporter or a blogger who needs other people to chime in about the piece of content that you're writing about. Or alternatively, this is what I use HARO for, maybe you are a person who would like to get linked on websites and would like to be quoted sometimes. So basically what you do is you're on helpareporter.com, you click I'm a source, and then you sign up for their emails. So you can tell, you're gonna register, you're going to go through their emails, it is intense, I'm going to show you, we're going to talk about it, and then you send them a pitch. So I'm gonna show you all of these things today. So as far as signing up, it's super easy. You're gonna subscribe. You would give them your email here. You're gonna do the basic. You don't need to be paying money. Look, yes, it would probably make your life easier, but we are artists, right? We are being scrappy about this. You're like, I just want to sign up for a free thing. So what it's gonna do, it will send you to your inbox media opportunities that you can apply to your email, straight to your inbox. Pretty simple. You sign up, then it's gonna take you to a page. You put in your email, you put in your name for your company. Look, if you're an artist, you can just put in your name again, because that is your company. Your company is yourself, annual revenue. Nobody's judging this information, right? They are just trying to collect demographic information about who uses this. That's all they're doing. So it doesn't even matter. You're gonna sign up. After you sign up, they send you an email that you have to confirm. You're just like, yes, I'm a real person. I want to get these emails. Send me the emails. And you can see media outlets using HARO. Legitimate. Honestly, this is only a few of them. This is really only a few of them. Now I'm going to show you the individual emails. We're going to go through. This is my inbox. To be fair, I only use this inbox literally for just HARO requests. That's the only thing I use this for. Obviously, what you could do is you could put a filter in your inbox just for HARO requests so that there's like a folder of them. Because again, HARO requests are sending you 3 emails per day that has media opportunities that you can submit to. But also they're sending you 3 emails a day, and it's a lot. This is something else that I just want to talk about with HARO requests. Obviously, you see this, right? Like, let's scroll down. Your girl is not going through this every day. I'm not. I don't have time for it. There are some people who literally their whole job is just to go through HARO requests for clients and try to submit people to things. Mickey has other things to do, and probably so do you. I like HARO requests when I have like an hour of time. I can just go through the request, and if there's anything here speak to me. If it does, I apply to it. If it doesn't, or if I really just don't even feel like doing it anymore, it's not a big deal. Don't apply to it. Again, the big thing that you have to realize when you're doing this is that you are, first of all, a human person. You can only take on so much. But also the other thing that you need to know is that, right, like this is a really scrappy way to do things. So the problem sometimes with doing something the scrappy way is that it can take a little bit more time to see results or to just go through the HARO requests. We're going to start with Friday afternoon. They always have a little blurb up here at the top. That's cute. And then they do sort it by category. So they have like biotech and healthcare, business and finance, entertainment and media, education. They have like a general, which is just like a dump of everything that doesn't fit or does fit in other categories. High tech, lifestyle and fitness, public policy and government, and travel. So usually I'm just kind of skimming and scanning, and I'm thinking about who are people that I know that could benefit from this. So like for me, myself, right, I'm thinking about monetizing art, promotion, those kinds of things, business. That's the kind of thing I'm thinking about for myself. For my friends, I'm thinking about like improv comedy. I'm thinking about theater, nonprofit world, art. Those are the kinds of things I'm thinking about for other people. So we're just going to see what's in here, right? We're going to see what's in here that speaks to me. Tips from CEOs. No, that doesn't apply to me. What is the ADA and why is it important? Oh my gosh, I know a friend to talk about that. 16. And I make a note to myself about the numbers, so I'm not like constantly like, if I click on it, here, I'll show you. I click on it, it pops all the way down here, and I'm like, all right, scroll back up. Just go scroll. Oh wow, the deadline for that is 4 p.m. I'm not gonna make that deadline. That's the other thing to know about HARO requests, and that's another reason why I keep them pretty chill in my mind. HARO requests can have a very quick turnaround time, right? Like you're dealing with journalists, you're working in media. For some of them, they can have very quick turnaround times. For others, they really, really don't, and it's pretty chill. But so I try not to get my heart set on a request when I see it here on this list. It's happened so many times. There's like the first one and I'm so inspired to do it. And then I click on it and it's like 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago was the deadline. Well, moving on. Also, sometimes I'm just genuinely curious what they want from that. What do you want from that information? Another thing that's really, really cool about this, so like this is the Dropbox blog, right? Like, you know what that's coming from. Anonymous, look, I personally tend to not apply to anonymous ones. That's kind of a catch-22, right? They're probably not putting that it's anonymous because it's not that cool, right? Or because they're not that really committed to doing it or whatever. Or they could be putting anonymous because it's really, really rocking and they don't just want to talk to anybody. But I tend not to apply to anonymous. I just don't trust them. Another really interesting thing about HARO requests is that a lot of times you can notice trends. I have learned things because of HARO requests. I've been like, so like, for example, like I think about like, how does a multilingual business help you grow your online store? And in a more specific case, there was the North Carolina Artist Relief Fund. And originally when they released the information for it, it was only in English. And then a couple weeks after they added, you know, a Spanish version of the website. And so like, I look at that and I'm like, should I be thinking about multilingual websites more? Okay, anyway, not writing it down, but still, like, I just put it up here. Let's see, like, this is literally what I do. I'm just going through and I'm like, what speaks to me in here? Moving your yoga studio online. All right, look, I highly doubt that they would take my advice on that, but the thing that I'm thinking about is that a tie-in for streaming? So this is something with HARO requests that I'm not super good at. It's something in all media that I'm not super good at, honestly, is seeing connections in your media requests. So for example, like I just said, how to move your yoga studio online, right? So you might just read that and you might think to yourself, well, you know, I'm not a yoga teacher, so I guess I can't really help with that information. Or you could think to yourself, well, so what might be an answer to that question? And is that something that I have experience with, right? So the thing that I realized was you probably will need to do streaming, right? That's probably going to be part of the answer to that question. What does Mickey have experience doing? Well, boom, write it down, Mickey, check it out. Okay, so now we have 16, 19, 30, 32, 60, 69, 80, 77. All right, so let's check it out. Now, this was the one, look at that. Today is the 1st, and it's almost 4 p.m. I'm just not gonna make it in time. 12 p.m. PST, May. Okay, so that one will work. Just trying to think, are there any that I need to like straight up cross out from this list? So you can tell, usually I just like scroll through. That's a little bit easier than going back and forth for my brain. This was anonymous. Social media is changing the way we communicate market business. Love to hear how you or your business is utilizing social media to grow. This just doesn't inspire me. This is like a huge thing for me with HARO requests, right? So that one that we saw about ADA, they're asking very specific questions, like 5 of them, right? I provide a fine answer for one of them. They'll probably use it. Versus that, I'm like, what do you want from me? Now, is 69 general enough? So this is the huge thing. Oh, there it is. Requirements. Requirements. See, must be a certified yoga teacher or owner of a yoga studio. I am not that. I'm not that person. That's okay. We're moving on.
So now I want to take just a second to show you how I actually submit to a HARO request. Before I submit to any HARO request, the first thing that I do is I take the information that the HARO request is looking for and I put it into Google. The reason that I do that is not so that I can steal ideas, but it's more just so I can educate myself about what people are already saying on this topic. So for example, if everybody is already recommending content rules by Ann Handley and CC Chapman, I probably shouldn't put that, right? Maybe it's my second piece of advice or my third recommendation, but it really shouldn't be my first. Now look, there's a whole other piece of this video that we really aren't even going to get into today, and that is the fact that, let's say for example, that I submitted this HARO request and that it wasn't used and it like a year had gone by, right? So I know that they're not going to use my quote. That link's not going to show up later. One thing that I could do is I could repurpose this content, right? So it could be a blog post that is my #1 recommendation for marketing books for artists. And then I could repurpose that, right? So just because you're submitting HARO requests, if it doesn't get used, you can still use that for something else. So that's something that I'm not good at doing, but you should definitely do that. So this was a HARO request that I submitted to, just like this. So basically, Zach was looking for best marketing books for artists. So as you can see, right in that subject line, I say HARO request, best marketing books for artists. And it just says, hi, Zach. I always make sure I give the person's name if they give it. I noticed your request for, again, just putting that title right in there, best marketing books for artists, and I can help. Then I just give the information that they're asking for, right? And Zach was really specific, so that really helped me. I have the title of the book, author, URL, and then the reason I am suggesting the book, which is just a fun little clip there. And then here at the bottom, Zach asked for very specific information for how to be credited as a contributor. So it's obviously my name, the organization, and then the website for the organization. And then I just made sure to say thanks and signed it below. So this is it. This is all I do when I submit a HARO request. It's super easy. It's very formulaic to some degree, just so I know what I'm doing. So this isn't as up-to-date as it should be, but I did just want to take a second to show you really what I should be doing every single time I submit a HARO request. So every single time I submit a HARO request, I should document it in this spreadsheet. And the reason that I should do that is because sometimes the contact will just go ahead and use your quote without telling you, right? Like they have a lot going on. They're not necessarily going to follow up with every single person. Sometimes people will quote you in their article and not credit you. So I've seen that happen before where somebody has used the exact words that I sent to them, but not credited me. And I've emailed them back and been like, hey, could you please put my name on there? And they have not responded. So, ideally that's something that I am tracking, right? So that I know that, whenever Kathy asks for a quote in the future, maybe we just don't send it to Kathy. Kathy stirred you wrong.